Today, we're going to dive into a form of intelligence that's so powerful, it's kind of like a secret weapon for your mind. It's called metacognitive IQ. And seriously, understanding it might just change the way you think forever. So let's get right into it. I mean, really think about that for a second. We're all taught that being smart means you have the right answers, right? But what if the real power isn't in the answers themselves, but in how you actually get to them? What if the most important skill you can have is understanding the very architecture of your own thoughts?
And that is exactly where this rare intelligence comes in. See, it's not about what you've got stored in your brain. It's all about your ability to step back and just observe your own thinking in action. It's about mastering the how behind what you know.
And that, right there, is the heart of metacognition. The simplest way to put it, it's self-awareness for your mind. It's like having this internal coach that's always there, watching you think, helping you spot your mental habits, your strengths, and yeah, even your blind spots. This right here perfectly captures the two modes we can operate in. On one hand, you've got reactive thinking. That's our default setting, right? Acting on impulse, just accepting our first thoughts as the absolute truth. But on the other hand, you have metacognitive thinking. And that's the pause, the question, the strategic move. It's literally the difference between being a passenger in your own mind and actually grabbing the steering wheel. So how do you know if you're tapping into this incredible skill? Well, it turns out there are 5 pretty rare signs that show you're not just thinking, you're actually mastering the art of thought itself. Let's see how many of these sound like you.
All right, first up is a big one. And it requires you to really turn your attention inward.
Now this is a huge shift in thinking. We all have these little mental shortcuts, these cognitive biases that are quietly shaping our decisions all the time. A metacognitive thinker doesn't just let that happen. No, they become a detective, actively hunting for these hidden influences inside their own mind. And this isn't just some abstract idea. It's about questioning that super powerful gut feeling that seems so certain. It's catching yourself in the act, asking, wait a minute, am I only looking for evidence that confirms what I already think? It's even forcing yourself to argue from the opposite side, just to see the world from a completely different angle. So once you start spotting your own biases, you almost naturally move on to the second sign. And this one is a true game changer in a world that so often values false certainty. You know, we live in a world that often rewards people for pretending they have all the answers. That's what makes this next sign so incredibly powerful. It's the wisdom of knowing the exact limits of your own knowledge. It's what we call intellectual humility. And seriously, do not mistake this for weakness. It's a sign of incredible strength. It's having the confidence to just say, you know what, I don't have enough information to have an opinion on that yet. It's the self-awareness to know when listening is way more valuable than speaking, and the clarity to see exactly where your knowledge ends and your learning needs to begin.
The third sign takes all this self-awareness and turns it into real strategic action. Someone with a high metacognitive IQ doesn't just have one tool, like a hammer, for every problem. No, they've got a full toolkit of mental models, and they consciously choose the right one for the job at hand.
This is all about mental flexibility. It's realizing, hey, this study method just isn't working for me, and then actually trying a new one. It's knowing when you need to zoom out and get the big picture, and when you need to zoom way in and focus on the details. This isn't accidental. It's a deliberate, strategic choice every single time. And that kind of mental flexibility leads us straight into the fourth sign, which is all about how you handle things when they go wrong.
For a metacognitive thinker, the mantra is simple. Failure is just data. That's it. So instead of getting bogged down in frustration or shame after a mistake, they immediately flip a switch and go into this detached, productive analysis mode.
Just notice the huge mindset shift here. You're not judging yourself, you're investigating the process. You're asking, okay, what was the specific thought that led me down the wrong path? And what system can I build so I think more clearly next time? Every single error becomes a priceless lesson. And that brings us to the fifth and final sign. And honestly, this one is truly the peak of metacognitive mastery. This is the absolute pinnacle of intellectual security. It's the deep understanding that your beliefs are things you have, not things you are. This detachment lets you evaluate ideas based on their merit, not on how they make you feel about yourself. When you can do this, you stop defending your ego and you start pursuing the truth. Being wrong is no longer a threat, it's an opportunity to learn. You see changing your mind not as a weakness, but as an upgrade to your mental software. So when you put all 5 of these signs together, monitoring your biases, knowing your limits, adjusting your strategies, learning from failure, and detaching your identity from your beliefs, I mean, it is a total game changer. It lets you learn faster, make way better decisions, and just navigate life with so much more skill and way less stress. And the best part is, this is a skill you can actually train. It really starts with 3 simple habits. First, just pause. Create a tiny gap between something happening and how you respond. Second, question. In that little gap, ask yourself, why do I think this? And third, reflect. At the end of the day, make it a habit to review one key decision you made, not to judge it, but to analyze the thought process that got you there.
These 3 habits, pause, question, and reflect. That's the training ground. That's your gym for the mind. So let's start that training right now. Let's take that very first step together. So I'll leave you with this one final challenge. What is one belief you hold? It could be big, it could be small, that you've never really put under the microscope.
Just the simple act of asking that question, of turning your curiosity inward, that's the first step to mastering your own mind.